What is up, guys? My name is Will, and today I'm going to be doing an overview of my Blu-ray collection. Now, I actually did this video about a year ago, actually like a year and a half ago, but I want to do one again because I want to get back into making videos about like movie related content and just other things that are interesting to me. But this Blu-ray collection video that I made a year and a half ago is very popular, so I thought I'd do another one just showing off the collection. I've picked up a decent amount of stuff. I recently did a little bit of spring cleaning and got rid of some movies that I just didn't think I'd really watch again and again, and I might still get rid of a few more, so this might look different in a year or so. I'm trying to be more conscious about really purchasing movies that I'm gonna watch over and over again. Without further ado, let's get into it. Off at the top, this is kind of where I keep my big box sets and just other things I like to display. So we'll start off over here. Here are my Stranger Things VHS sets for season 1 and 2. I really hope they do one of these for season 3. I didn't buy these on release because they don't have special features. I got them when they were like on sale for like $5. They're really cool sets. This one's like kind of a slide out VHS. This one's like a clamshell, and that one just fell over. But they're really cool sets, and as a really big fan of the show, I like to kind of buy them when they're nice and cheap. Moving on over here. Here are kind of my main box sets for movies and Steelbooks on display that I just really love. So starting off here, we have my extended edition of Lord of the Rings. This is just a total beast of a box set. Literally like 15 discs in here, and the movies themselves are like 4 hours long. It's insane, but they're incredible films. And then over here we have my Reservoir Dogs Mondo Steelbook, great Tarantino movie, and then this Ex Machina Steelbook from Europe that I got. Really love this Steelbook, just all the embossing's really cool, and I just love the white, and it's one of my few like foreign Steelbooks, so I really like it a lot. And then in the back here is this One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest box set, which I got for like, I got this one a while back on like a sale. It was like 15 or 20 bucks. But One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is such an amazing movie. It's pretty much a masterpiece. Love that one. And then we have definitely a prized possession here. My Big Lebowski, the 4K bowling bag set. So yeah, this is a bowling ball bag, gift set edition that has the movie and a few other little things in it. And it's Big Lebowski is my favorite comedy of all time and in my top 5 movies of all time. So I definitely had to have this edition when I heard it was out. There's really just nothing that can be said about that one. And then we have another prized possession, my Boyhood Mondo Steelbook from Canada. This is limited to 2,000, as you can see. Really beautiful edition for one of my favorite films of the decade, or maybe even my favorite film of the decade. I want to make a video listing my top films of the decade, and I'll probably be talking about this one in there. And then in the back here, we have this Godfather trilogy set from the UK, which I got as a gift. I actually used to have the US set, but I gave it to a friend as a Christmas gift, because I got this as a Christmas gift from a family friend, and I kind of like this set more. It's nice and thick. I don't keep it on the shelf because it's so thick and looks really cool. And then over here, this is the Shaun of the Dead Mondo Steelbook. This is another one from Target. Really nice. And then my Citizen Kane box set, which I still have not watched this movie. I know it's definitely kind of a crime because it's supposed to be like the greatest movie ever or whatever, but I got it as a Christmas gift. Haven't watched it. Need to watch it at some point. I'm keeping it around, so it will be watched at some point. So now let's get into the shelves. All right, so my first shelf here is an interesting shelf. It is my Marvel collection, as well as the first part of my Criterion. So to bookend this Marvel collection, we have my Target exclusive edition of Avengers Endgame, which is my favorite MCU movie, obviously. It's freaking Avengers Endgame. I usually collect just these slipcover editions of them. I'm trying to get them all with the slipcovers, but For this one, I just had to make an exception and get the really nice release. I do want to get the slipcover version of the 4K eventually, but I don't know, if it's never going to be cheap, then I can live without it too. I wanted to get it when it was like $8 at Walmart on Black Friday, but it was gone when I went in there. But anyway, let's go take a look at the rest of the Blu-rays. So we have the Iron Man. This is out of print, actually. The original slipcover edition went way back in like 2008. And then another really out of print thing, the Incredible Hulk. Lenticular with the green case, very rare edition. Not my favorite Marvel movie, but it's a really cool collector's item. And now they're all falling over. Shit. Stay. Then we have Iron Man 2, Thor, which is backwards because this has a really nasty spine slash. Captain America, the First Avenger, and then the Avengers 4K. I got this one on 4K because it was like 15 bucks at Best Buy, and I heard this looks really good on 4K. I'm probably not going to upgrade all these, to be honest, because some of these movies I like but not love. I just don't really think it's worth like spending all the money to go get them all on 4K, but for the ones I really love, I will make the upgrade. Iron Man 3. Thor the Dark World, which is the UK edition because it was really cheap. Don't really like this movie that much, and you know what, we're just gonna leave that. Captain America the Winter Soldier, one of my favorites in the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy, another favorite. The Avengers Age of Ultron. Ant-Man, this spine's really creased, so again, I have it in backwards. Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, and then the one that I don't have with a slipcover, very annoyingly, Thor Ragnarok on 4K. This is where my 4K MCU movies began, outside of the Avengers, obviously, but really annoying that I can't find a slipcover for this. If you have a copy of this slipcover, please let me know. I'll happily take it off your hands. And then we have Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, love that slipcover. Captain Marvel, not my favorite, but like to have it in the collection. And then last but not least, Spider-Man Far From Home, which I got for like $8 on Black Friday from Walmart, which is incredible. Actually, no, I got this before Black Friday because Walmart made a pricing error and I price matched it to Target for $8. But really cool. Great movie too. Now let's get into my Criterion collection, which is definitely expanding. 12 Angry Men, which took me the longest to get, but love that movie. Total masterpiece. It took me a while to purchase it and watch it, but it's amazing. 400 Blows, the Before trilogy, which I need to finish. I've only seen the first one of these. I know all of them are great. I love Richard Linklater. I love his films. So I know I need to get to this sometime soon. But Blood Simple, Blue Velvet, which is another one I need to watch. Boyhood, which I have that Mondo Steelbook. This is my viewing copy because it's far superior in terms of transfer. The Breakfast Club, Dazed and Confused, Devil's Backbone, Do the Right Thing, Election, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. It's getting really annoying. So, fix that. Hopefully will not fall over. I only have a few more left on this shelf anyway. But anyway, The Game, Mulholland Drive, Pan's Labyrinth. I'm just gonna put them off to the side. Paris, Texas, Punch Drunk Love, Repo Man, and then the Royal Tenenbaums. Now onto this shelf, which is the remainder of my Criterion's, Digibooks, Steelbooks, and then getting into just the regular stuff. We have Rushmore, Seven Samurai, The Silence of the Lambs, Slacker, The Squid and the Whale, Thief. I'm gonna take that out because things are getting tight. The Thin Red Line, and then Y Tu Mamá También, which is by Alfonso Cuarón. Amazing movie. Go watch this if you haven't, especially if you liked Roma, which was my favorite film of 2018. This is another great Spanish language movie by Alfonso Cuarón. But anyway, let's get into the digibooks. This is kind of shrinking, but I still have quite a few. But anyway, getting into them, we have Blade Runner, The Exorcist, which I need to watch. No, it's supposed to be like a horror classic, but just haven't gotten around to it. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The Green Mile, just one of the saddest movies around. Just that ending just always gets me. Jaws, Logan, Poltergeist, Schindler's List, Seven, my favorite movie of all time, The Shawshank Redemption, Taxi Driver, Terminator, and then Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now let's get into the Steelbooks. We have 2001: A Space Odyssey, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Blade Runner 2049 4K Steelbook, Boys in the Hood, Braveheart, Captain Phillips, Drive, Dr. Strangelove, The Evil Dead, Fury, Gladiator, Hacksaw Ridge, The Hateful Eight, Hot Fuzz, Inception, Interstellar, John Wick Chapter 2, and then John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, the Best Buy Steelbook. I don't usually buy Steelbooks that much anymore just because they jack the prices up on release day, so they're like literally $35 for a 4K Steelbook. This one I wanted to get to complete my John Wick Steelbook collection. But if you're wondering why there aren't a lot of more recent Steelbooks in the collection, then that is why. Leon the Professional, Minority Report, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Pineapple Express, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, really rare one, definitely proud of that. Scarface, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Shawshank Redemption again, just because I fucking love that movie. Straight Outta Compton, crazy motherfucking named Ice Cube. Okay, I'll stop. But great movie though, love that movie. Top Gun, and then V for Vendetta. Alright, now we'll get into the standard Blu-rays, and as you can see, there are some Steelbooks mixed in here because like for example 21 and 22 Jump Street, I just have that standard Blu-ray for 21, and then I have the Steelbook for 22. I like to keep them together, so yeah. But anyway, let's get into them. 10 Cloverfield Lane, 127 Hours, 21 Jump Street, as I mentioned, and then the Steelbook for 22 Jump Street. 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. Usually I do keep these double packs in a separate set, but in this case, both the movies are in the same series, so keep them together, just alphabetically. 310 to Yuma, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, 50/50, 500 Days of Summer, and that's that for that shelf. Moving on to the next shelf, just more of the same, but we have 8 Mile, which is going to be removed. The Accountant, Adventureland, which I really love this movie. It's by the director of Superbad, and Superbad's like one of my favorite comedies ever. But this is a lot more of a drama. I didn't really like this one the first time I watched it, but now that I'm in college and I had a really great experience in my job over the summer, I really identify with this film a lot, and I think it's great. The Adventures of Tintin might sell. Alien 40th Anniversary on 4K. Hopefully they do Aliens so I can get rid of my anthology set, because I do not give a fuck about Alien 3 or Resurrection. So please, Fox, or Disney now, I guess, release Aliens on 4K. Almost Famous, American Animals, American Beauty, American Gangster, American History X, American Hustle, American Pie, American Psycho 4K, and American Ultra. Again, might get rid of it. It's a guilty pleasure, but I just don't see myself watching it a lot. I do like the movie, though. It's kind of goofy. It's like a B- movie. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anchorman. Definitely keeping this. One of my favorite comedies. Another favorite comedy, Animal House. Annihilation on 4K, which I really love this movie. Just so surreal and weird, but it's pretty awesome. Apollo 13. Aquaman, which just great campy fun. Argo. Arrival. And then the Babadook, which has this really cool pop-open slipcover. Love that thing. And this movie's amazing, too. Very, very underrated horror. Babel, pretty recent addition to the collection. Pretty depressing movie. I don't know if I'm going to keep this just because it's just so dark. But, yeah. Good movie, though. Good movie. Baby Driver, 4K. Bad Times at the El Royale, underrated. Begin Again, underrated. Big, classic. Big Hero 6. The Big Short. Birdman. Black Hawk Down. Black Klansman, 4K on that. Black Swan. Blazing Saddles. The Blues Brothers. Recent pickup, Booksmart. This was a Black Friday pickup. It was like $10. Great comedy. Bridge of Spies. Brooklyn. Bumblebee. Cabin in the Woods, 4K. Love that. No, this isn't the 4K. What am I thinking? But love that slipcover. Caddyshack. Captain Fantastic. Casino Royale. Chasing Amy. Chef. Chinatown. Chronicle. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Classic. Clerks, another classic. Clockwork Orange, which I need to see this one desperately. Coco, one of my favorite Pixar movies. The Conjuring, love that slip. And then The Conjuring 2, love that lack of slip. No, I don't love that. Why did they not release a slip for this one? Crazy Stupid Love. Creed. I'll get Creed 2 at some point. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but it was still decent. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Might sell this. Just super slow movie. It's good, but really just probably not going to watch it again. Dallas Buyers Club. Deadpool, but this is actually on 4K. Just love that slipcover too much to let it be just a naked 4K. And then Deadpool 2 4K Steelbook. Deepwater Horizon. The Departed, The Descendants, The Disaster Artist, District 9, Django Unchained, Dodgeball, and I'll probably just take him out from here on out. Don't Breathe, Dope, Dread, which is fucking awesome, and Dumb and Dumber, which is also pretty fucking awesome. We have Dunkirk on 4K, another pretty recent Black Friday pickup. It was like $10. Good deal. The Edge of 17, Edge of Tomorrow, End of Watch, The Equalizer, Everything Must Go, Ex Machina, Fargo, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, and then The Fate of the Furious. I used to have the first 4, recently got rid of them. I mean, I just don't really like those movies that much. I'd much prefer the Fast and Furious franchises, just ridiculous, guilty pleasure action flicks than car racing movies. So I'm really just looking to get the back end of this franchise until they start getting bad again. But moving on, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Fight Club, amazing. The Fighter, First Man, extremely underrated. Flight, Forrest Gump, Full Metal Jacket, Gangs of New York, still need to watch that one. Game Night, Get Out, The Gift, Gone Baby Gone, Good Will Hunting, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Goonies, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Green Book 4K, Green Room, very different movie than Green Book. One's just feel good, feel bad. Oh man. The Gray, The Guest, Halloween on 4K. Harold and Kumar, this double pack with Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and Guantanamo Bay. And then a very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Definitely fun, like, stoner comedies. And then we have, you know what, I'm not going to take these all out. It's just all 8 Harry Potter movies. Don't really need to explain them very much. But Heat, which is what I need to watch again, for sure. I didn't really like it as much as a lot of people the first time I saw it. But I might need to give it another watch. Hell or High Water, Her, masterpiece. Home Alone, Horrible Bosses, Hot Tub Time Machine, How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and pretty recent Black Friday pickup for like $8, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I actually have not watched this movie yet, but it was so cheap. I mean, $8 for a 4K, you just can't pass that up. Hugo, The Hurt Locker, I, Tonya, The Imitation Game, The Incredibles, Incredibles 2, Inglourious Bastards, Inside Llewyn Davis, Inside Out, which I may or may not have upgraded to 4K, but yeah, you'll see about that. Into the Wild, Isle of Dogs, It Follows, Jerry Maguire, Joe, Juno, Jurassic Park, which actually I need to move that up. I had this down here because I had Jurassic World, but I got rid of it. Yeah, just Jurassic Park's the only one that I think is worth rewatching tons. Jurassic World's alright, but it's just eh. And then Kick-Ass, which this is not just alright, it's freaking amazing. And I'm about to drop my phone. Alright, next up, Kick-Ass. Oh, did I just say Kick-Ass? Alright, next up we have Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. King of Comedy, The Kings of Summer, Kubo and the Two Strings, LA Confidential, Lady Bird, La La Land, The Lego Movie, Let Me In, which is a pretty recent pickup. Has this really cool slip. Have not watched the movie yet. Heard it was good though. Let me know what you think of that down below. Life of Pi, beautiful slip cover there. The Lion King, Lone Survivor, Looper, The Lost Boys, Lost in Translation, and then Love, Simon 4K, which this one's weird. I watched it on a plane. Expectations were low, and I ended up liking it a lot. But then I watched it again on 4K, and I didn't like it quite as much. So, to be determined on that one. I don't know if I want to keep it or not. But Machete, Mad Max Fury Road, Mallrats, Manchester by the Sea, The Martian, the extended cut on 4K, and then pretty recent pickup, The Matrix 4K. Black Friday pickup, it was like $9 or $10. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, Memento, Men in Black, Midnight Special, and then Mission Impossible 1 through 3, Ghost Protocol, Steelbook for Rogue Nation, and then 4K for Fallout, which is the best of all of them. Molly's Game, Moneyball, Monsters Inc., Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. Moonlight, I almost said Moonrise Kingdom, which is the next title. Yeah, so Moonlight and Moonrise Kingdom. But both great movies for very, very different reasons. But Moonlight's better. Mrs. Doubtfire, Mud, Mystic River, yeah, Nebraska, Neighbors, The Nice Guys, Nightcrawler, No Country for Old Men, Nocturnal Animals, which is a very underrated thriller with Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams. Watch this one if you can. I thought it was fantastic. Office Space, The Other Guys, Paranorman, Patriots Day, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Phantom Thread 4K. This is a really cool edition. It has like a Criterion case and alternate cover art. The Place Beyond the Pines, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping, which is a very underrated comedy. This movie's freaking hilarious. Predator 3D, very cool looking slipcover. The Prestige, The Princess Bride, Prisoners, Pulp Fiction, which is my second favorite movie of all time. A Quiet Place, recent pickup. Black Friday was like $8. Raging Bull, Rain Man, Raising Arizona. Now I'm gonna just set them aside. But Ready Player One, The Revenant, RoboCop, Role Models, and then Room. Alright, now we're getting to this part of the video where, since I'm a tall guy, I have to do very interesting angles. So I'm sorry if the lighting's not as good here, but Rush, The Sandlot, The Sapphires, Sausage Party, Saving Private Ryan, which this is the 4K edition if you cannot quite tell, School of Rock, the Scream 5-film collection, with Scream 1 through 3, and then 2 documentaries, A Serious Man, 7 Psychopaths, which I guess I'll set down because it's cramping things up, but The Shape of Water, which is 4K, Shazam 4K, which was $8 at Walmart on Black Friday, great deal, The Shining, Short Term 12, very, very underrated film, Shutter Island, Sicario, Silence, Silver Linings Playbook, The Simpsons Movie, The Sixth Sense, Skyfall, Slumdog Millionaire, Snowpiercer, The Social Network, Source Code. This has a cool lenticular on it. Yeah, really cool. South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut, The Spectacular Now, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse on 4K. Spotlight, Spy, Stand By Me, A Star Is Born, Star Trek Into Darkness, Star Wars A New Hope, Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars The Return of the Jedi, and then Star Wars The Force Awakens, and then those are all on Steelbook, and then the reason they're down here is because I literally have just The Last Jedi on 4K. Honestly, though, I might get rid of The Last Jedi. I honestly really like all these movies. Well, I mean, I freaking love these two. I really like The Force Awakens as well, and Return of the Jedi. Last Jedi I thought was okay. And honestly, my interest in this franchise has just really gone down. I didn't even watch Solo, and I'll probably watch Rise of Skywalker, but I don't know if I'll buy it. Step Brothers, Steve Jobs, Super 8, my second favorite comedy of all time, Super Bad, Talladega Nights, hilarious, Ted, also hilarious, T2, not hilarious, but freaking amazing nonetheless, There Will Be Blood, The Thing, This Is the End, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is a phenomenal movie. Go check it out if you haven't. It's great. Titanic, Top 5, Total Recall, The Town, and then Toy Story 2. This is a really cool edition. Toy Story 3, the Studio Commemorative Edition, and it has a message from Bob Iger on the back, and it was only given out to people who worked on the film. So, yeah, this is really rare, and I found it for like $5 at Amoeba. And then my most recent pickup in this franchise, Toy Story 4 on 4K, which I got off of eBay for like $15. It's a great deal there. Training Day, Trick or Treat, Tropic Thunder, True Grit, Unforgiven, United 93, Up in the Air, Us, The Usual Suspects, Wall Street, and then another one I'm kind of on the fence on, but I want to watch again, Wanted, which I thought was fun, but it's definitely not. I mean, I'm trying to really keep movies I'm going to watch over and over again, so this honestly might very well get sold, but yeah.